And hello, survivors. I'm your host, Get Good Fox. Welcome back to Hyper Community World Tour in State of Decay 2, where we are going to be moving to, well, the last base. After this, we will have reviewed every base in State of Decay 2. What a journey it has been. But step one is we got to make it over to there. So I did choose the Farmland Compound to be the final base. You know, there is probably a little room for debate on what could be considered the final base. And that's because the Farmland Compound and Marshall are unique for having kind of strange requirements to move in. Typically speaking, while there has been some differences in price versus survivor requirement, they've been kind of similar. Like a mid base typically is 5 or 6 people, and it's typically going to cost 1,000 to 1,500 influence to get in. But this is the only map where the largest base in the game, the only 8-man base, which is Fort Marshall, only costs 2,000 to get in, which 2,000 on its own is already a weird number. No other bases cost 2,000. And then you've got the Farmland Compound, which only needs 6 people to get in, and the typical 6-man base is going to cost you about 1,500, right? And here it costs 3,500, which is, on the other hand, the normal cost that you would be paying for. Man, why are their eyes so bright? Were their eyes always this bright? Maybe it's just me? Were their eyes always that bright? I feel like their eyes weren't always this bright. I feel like something feels a little bit different. As I was saying, though, yeah, this base is strangely priced, so, you know, you had to kind of decide what counts as the largest base. And I'm going to give it to the Farmland Compound because, in spite of the price or differences, it's really just about the space. And this base has a humongous amount of space, and I think that it mimics that of the largest base.
Of course it's locked.
And I don't understand why it has a lower community requirement. It definitely works in the base's favor. There's no doubt about that. Like, needing less people just means you can get in a little earlier. Here's a network symbol. If you didn't know that, you know, green and with the little, like, balls, like, you know, connected. It's like, you know, supposed to represent, like, connections. That is the network logo. Now, as I was saying, it does work in the base's favor. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But at the same time, maybe it's a little too strong. Like, I think that it kind of damages some of the other bases. Like, maybe Fort Marshall should have been a 6-man base that costs 1,500, and then maybe Fort Marshall wouldn't be so bad, honestly. Someone actually suggested that in the Discord, and I said, you know what? I think that's a good point. Actually, no, someone suggested it on the YouTube, and we discussed it on the Discord, and I said, you know, that is a pretty good point, that the shift in pricing really makes Fort Marshall a lot worse. Whereas if Fort Marshall were just a 6-man, 1,500 influence base, it honestly wouldn't be bad. But the increased price is what really kills Fort Marshall. Because, you know, you judge it as an 8-man base. Let's just move our community and we can deal with these guys later. Alright, so here we are. The Farmland Compound requires 6 people to get in and a big chunky 3,500 influence. It says a heavily modified homestead that once provided beds, hot meals, and medical care to anyone in need. This place is abandoned now, but its specialized facilities are still surprisingly in good shape. I'm pretty sure this is, for a little bit of history, I'm pretty sure this base actually was one of the State of Decay 1 bases, so it is a reference, once again, an homage to State of Decay 1. Now that we're in, I think the first thing I want to do is clean some of these enemies up because they're, you know, they're crowding around a little too much, and I don't like it. Yeah, I know they call this the safe area, but, like, I don't know. Like, I think that I might want my money back. I'm gonna press X to doubt, because I think that they are selling me a bunch of snake oil. That safe area really isn't bad. Look at this. This guy looks like he wants to go into the safe area. You're not supposed to be able to get in here. I mean, they can walk in, but they're not supposed to spawn there, and you would think that they wouldn't naturally wander in, but oh well. Anyways, now that the base is secure, here's what we're dealing with. So this is what the base looks like by default. It looks like there's a lot of things we need to clean up. Let's see if these are going to give me anything. It says an old trailer carrying irrigation equipment. We should clear it to make room. Maybe we get something. Maybe we get some parts. Maybe not. Over here, we've got rotting livestock. These poor penned-up cows were easy pickings for the Zeds, so now we know the Zeds eat animals. We should clear out this mess to gain some useful space. I don't know, maybe we'll get something. Probably not. We still have more labor. So over here, these take 3 each. Yep, they all take 3, so we can only do 2 at a time. Step 1, though, is going to be, let's just get this place all nice and neat. I think that's going to be a pro... Look at all these guys, just waiting to spawn in. I think we can deal with that feral pretty easily, since we do have powerhouse, meaning I should just be able to give him the old drop kick. That'll be a quiet way to deal with a single feral. Not advisable against multiple ferals, though. Do you see me? I'm right here. Dodge. Into drop kick. Into... Wait, that's the wrong button. Okay, so that's the end of the feral. It looks like trash clear completed, and I don't see anything, so that one was that was a nothing. And yeah, if you want to deal with the feral, that is an easy way to do it. You just got to have the drop kick. One catch to the drop kick. I think this is a big disadvantage too. You cannot do a drop kick with a heavy weapon. Why? Why? There is no special move with a heavy weapon. So why not just let us drop kick? Look at this guy. What's he doing in here? This is supposed to be a safe zone. You should not be allowed in here, and yet look at him just storming right in here. Oh, it's okay, I'm about to say, a horde of 3 zombies? That's a little small for lethal zone. Now, since we have powerhouse, we are able to... Okay, can we please, yeah, I'll just say, we can do some heavy weapons shenanigans. Still a pretty expensive playstyle, but, you know, let me try to get some stamina.
A bloater, steer clear.
There we go. Boom! One thing I do like about this way, I mean, it's a cool idea. It is very unique, there's no doubt about it. It is unique. I wish it would hit behind, though, because you're swinging, you're whirling the weapon around you. Why doesn't it hit behind you? I feel like it should do that. I don't see why it doesn't. I don't think we got anything from any of those, so let's continue cleaning up this. And I'm just going to, you know, smack some of these zombies up, because, I don't know, they're annoying me. This is my new home, and oh, look at this. I didn't even plan this. The sun is coming up. I was like, oh, I'm not going to get my selfie. Oh, never mind. We got screamers. Look at this. So I gotta actually unequip my weapon before I'm allowed to drop kick him. Dodge, drop kick, execute. Nothing to it. Now, while you're executing, you can re-equip your heavy weapon. Like I said, it's not gonna work against triple ferals, and that's simply because the other ferals are gonna interrupt you. Did I seriously miss those guys? I guess I did. That's fine, though. Let's see what you got. Nope. Nope. Hard to scream when your flesh is being incinerated, zombies. How are we looking? So our restoration of the base is almost done. Then I can show you what this base is. Oh, look at this. Look at... What are these guys doing? Are they right at the line? Look at this. Look at this. Right at the line. He's like, oh, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching. That's exactly what this is like. They're like, I'm not touching you. There we go. That cleans them up, and I think we are finally secure. Very nice. Alrighty, let's take a look at our building options now that we have also secured the base. So, oh no. 20, we need a little more time. Little more, oh, let me go heal myself. Right over here.
Storage space before we start losing stuff.
Yep, it's always the storage space. It's always something, isn't it? We should be fine, though. I mean, I probably should. It's not going to matter if I upgrade this. Let's just get the... Oh, wait, no, it's all... Okay, no. No, we get to talk about all of it, all at once. This is going to be a great screenshot right here while it's coming up. Okay, so, now that everything is cleaned up, as you can see, I think you'll agree, this is why I chose to represent this base as the largest base in Trumbull Valley. I mean, just look at it. Massive. Lots and lots of customization options. It has a very unique construction profile. It is the only base in the game with 4 large slots, which is good. It also has a solid number of built-ins that are, some of them are at least relevant, some of them aren't as relevant. Let's go through what we got though. So, here's our 4 large. Now we've got 3 small, an indoor and 2 outdoor, so you could build 2 crafting stills if you want. Over here, we got ourselves a storage. It starts at level 1, so you will have to upgrade everything. Let's go ahead and just do that so that we don't, we don't want to lose any, we don't want to lose our material, so we might as well get that going. This appears to be a perfectly normal, everyday command center. It is level 3, obviously, since we've leveled it up earlier, but it's a normal command center. Over here, this should be, yes, you can see right here, there's, let me use that. You can see, this is the advantage of having both a controller and, because like, if I just use my mouse, it's just going to pop off, but as you can see right here, 3 beds, that means that this is a level 3. Oh, let's go ahead and just, we won't put you in, we'll just lose our, another way we could check is, we are getting 50 health from primary care, that's how you can tell it is a level 3 equivalent. So, we have a built-in level 3 clinic. Unfortunately, it still costs 1 material per day. Normally a built-in doesn't, like a lot of the older built-ins don't, but so it's just a free one. I don't think there's any extra benefits to it. I don't think there's anything special we can build. Yeah, it's just a built-in clinic. So this is basically like having a 4th small facility, because you would probably build unless you're building a field hospital and you're not going to build a clinic, we'll count this as having a 4th. So we'll count this as 4 and 4. Over here, now let's do the backyard barbecue pit. So over here, this appears to be a slightly modified kitchen. I believe it's a level 2. We can tell, but yes, it's a level 2 because we can make a energy drink. I'm pretty sure you got to be level 2 to make an energy drink. One thing I noticed is, notice how there is no construction maintenance requirement, so this built-in doesn't require it. That's always nice. But otherwise, it's the only difference between it and any other kitchen is that you can grill stuff up. Grilling stuff up, you could spend 1 food to get 3 morale. Is that worth it? I guess if your food is very secure, it's like 30 minutes is okay. I would say it's reasonable. Oh, can you not make feasts? You can't cook feasts here. Wow, so this replaces a feast. Is 1 food good for 3 morale? Wow. No, it's actually not that great. I thought it was a bonus. I thought this was just kind of a bonus thing, but this is actually replacing the feast. Wow, that's like one of the only good things, or even like, not even good, but it's one of the okay things. Well, so the backyard barbecue pit, it stinks. So like this, we can just pretend this. You know what's good about this? Here we go. Bam. We can install a comfy chair. That's what's good about it. And then we've got this over here, the sturdy bunkhouse. So this does have a maintenance cost. So once again, even though it's a built-in, we still have to maintain it. You get 6 beds, and you can actually convert it. You can, with some careful rearranging, we can find space for 2 more beds at the cost of a slight morale penalty. We can always remove these beds. Let's go ahead and try it. I would probably say it's probably not worth it, and that's because you're going to get 2 more beds, so that's going to save you 17 morale. But the thing is, you got to remember that the negative penalty is multiplied by everyone in the community. So we've got 9 people here. So let's say it's -3 morale. Well, -3 morale times 9 is going to be -27 morale. So the penalty is higher than the beds, the benefit of the beds. So that's going to be awful. The best thing about this would be, because this facility really stinks. Basically, if you don't have something to plug in here like a white noise machine, then this facility is basically useless. It's junk. You could basically pretend like you don't even have it. But this is about to upgrade. We'll see what the penalty is. I bet it's going to be like -5. That's going to be nasty. Oh, God! Okay, so we get -5. Do you know what that means? So, here's the deal. You get 8 beds, but then you have to do -5 morale, because you see it right here. -5 morale times everyone in the community. So that is -5 times 9 for -45 morale. Wow. That is almost canceling out all of the benefits of the beds, because what you're gaining from 8 beds is 56 morale, or unless my math is really awful. Like, let me quickly do it. 8 times 7, or no, 8 times 7 is 56. So you're protecting from a 56 morale loss, but then you lose 45. So you are basically protecting yourself from 11 morale with that setup. Now, if you have this, then in this case it would be an extra 90 morale if you had that, because then you'd be up to 101, which would not be terrible. Actually, you don't even gain that. You'd basically get 90 morale, which would be okay. But God, this thing sucks. Like, I understand that some people think beds are good. If you like beds because you think that they're thematic, that's perfectly fine. But if you are only building beds because you think that they are mechanistically important, stop building beds. Don't build beds unless you just enjoy the thematics of having a bed. If you are building it mechanistically, stop. Beds are awful mechanistically. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna build here. We're definitely gonna build a workshop. No doubt about that. Oh, I didn't know I had an officer's quarter. That's good to know. We are definitely gonna build a gym. So let's build a gym. I'm gonna build I could do a shooting range or a still. Let's go with a still this time. I don't have a problem with that. Let's also go with, let's get the staging area up and running. That way, we can build a little faster. That looks pretty good, and it looks like I can, let's go ahead and, let's just use up all of our labor so that we can get everything up and running. Oh man, look at the time of day change. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get ourselves a selfie, boys. Yeah. Holler at you back at home in the apocalypse. It's Get Good Fox. And here, this is the final base. Looking nice. Okay. All of this back on. And I guess we're going to go find something to do in the meantime. Look at all these respawns. You just talk about the base for a little while, and you got a whole group of people coming back in. Okay, workshop is done. Good. Looks like we've got a bunch of grumpos over here. Introduce them to the back of my vehicle. Look how loud that scream was. It's basically about the size of my mini-map. Absolutely crazy. Now, I am under no imagination that I'm actually going to get anything decent here, but let me tell you, we're just going to do it anyways.
Well, look at that.
Ultralight, what is this? Juno Agrichem. I don't think I've ever seen that particular logo, or I just never thought to read it. And we get chemicals.
Over here.
We always like the chemicals. Let me see if we can get an idea of how loud a scream is. Let me see if I can get him to scream and we can get an idea. Come on. I'll just constantly reset him. Come on, scream. Wait, I know how to make them scream. Get on the car. Let's look at how loud it... Oh, man, look at that. Look how loud that is. So this is how loud a regular zombie scream is on Lethal Zone. Let's zoom all the way out. Well, that's a little too far. Look at that. That is nutty. It's almost the size of the safe zone over there. That is crazy. I kind of want to zoom. Oh, and as you can see, they're already on their way. And that is why, if a regular zombie screams, you absolutely have to take it seriously. Like, you should take all of those noises seriously on Lethal Zone. Now, if you ask me, it gets really, really aggravating. It's not my favorite mechanic in the game, but it's here, so you just have to deal with it. 3 ferals. 3 dead ferals. Where else can... let me see. How much labor do we got? We've got 2 labor, so that means we can... Let's get the still going. Where else can we loot? Let's just go back into Spencer's Mill. Absolutely super stinky, though. As you can see, a regular zombie screaming... I don't know if it's louder than, say, a screamer, and I don't know if it necessarily, like, generate... Like, screamers can cause things to spawn in, like a bloater. But it is absolutely super noisy.
Looks like a plague bloater.
And if you are not respecting a regular zombie... Now, okay, on a lower difficulty, you don't have to. Remember, on a lower difficulty, the scream isn't as loud. But if you're on an upper difficulty, like Nightmare Zone, and especially Lethal Zone, oh yeah, it is very, very loud. All right, let's go ahead and get this accelerating. Boom. Into boom. Also, let's downgrade this because we're just going to lose morale for that. So we're actually going to go ahead and convert back to a normal set of beds. And let's keep... what am I authorized for? Our current leader is a trader. Okay, so that means we can upgrade the still. And let me get a... Where do I want to put the trade depot? I feel like a trade depot makes sense, like right here. It doesn't really matter. I don't feel, at least, but we'll put a trade depot here. We'll probably put the land. Man, maybe I shouldn't have put the staging area there. I'm just being picky. I'm just gonna put it right here. Oh, now they're all screaming. If you're wondering what causes a zombie to scream, the easiest way to make a zombie scream is to be in an inaccessible area. Basically, if you are somewhere that the zombies have no way to navigate to, like you're on top, like in that case I was on top of a platform, then the zombies will scream in reaction to it. Now, if they can get to you, they won't necessarily scream. The other thing, though, is that it's also just a random action. So they will always scream if they can't get to you, but it's also just one of their random abilities. Like, at any point in time, they can just scream if they want to. So if you want to prevent zombies from screaming, you basically have to never be detected. You can either kill them from a range, you can sneak around and just not be noticed, but the point is that if a zombie notices you, the first thing it can do, it can scream. It can literally, maybe you make a noise, the zombie whips around, sees you, it's allowed to scream. Right then and there. It could literally be the first action that it takes. So, you either A, have to never be seen by zombies, either by sneaking everywhere or shooting them all at a distance, etc., or just have to deal with it. And one of the best ways to deal with it is to...
Aren't the only things in need of brains around here.
Uh-oh. What a grumpy... Well, that's one of our super waifus. We'll let her get away with it. It's okay. You're one of our... Okay, unpack the room. So that should actually... Look at that. Actually improving our morale. By removing beds, we are actually improving our morale. Even with this whole conflict, this -15 and -7 from a conflict, we're actually improving our morale nonetheless. That just shows you how much of a penalty it is. We're going to have to think about what we want to put here. I personally am not sure. We do have the option of a sniper tower. A sniper tower could be interesting. I think an auto shop is not bad. A forge can be useful. But we've got 2, so we could do a forge and an auto shop. We could do a sniper tower and a field hospital is actually pretty strong. There's a lot. We have different options. Like, I'll think of it as I go. They're not going to matter that much because, honestly, a Haven device, that's another option you'd have, but what can you do? Let me see. Can I build anything else? We got 3. Let me just keep things going. Can I install? Yeah, actually. Let's install this here. And I don't have a good... I don't have a white noise machine, so let's just go ahead and put a comfy chair there. Just a little more. Comfy chair is actually a fantastic mod. I highly recommend collecting all of the comfy chairs that you can find, and that's because if you have a mod slot and you don't have a good mod to fit in there, just put in a comfy chair. They do stack up. It's 3 morale. What did I hit? Oh, a lawnmower. But yeah, it's 3 morale for every comfy chair that you install, and that adds up. And like I said, you know, you'll either have a facility that doesn't have a relevant mod, or you'll have a facility that maybe you don't care about them, like the shooting range. The only mods that are specific to the shooting range are the ones that increase the facility speeds, but I don't ever really plan to. So there's an example of a zombie scream. This is where you'd want to be careful. You would want to be... You want to beware, because you don't know what's going to come from the result of that scream. It could be some nasty stuff. There's no way to know. Now, it looks like I'm going to be in fortune here and not have to really deal with too much. But who knows? Like, maybe there's a horde nearby. Maybe there's a feral nearby. Maybe there's juggernauts nearby. Maybe there's screamers nearby. Any number. Okay, so here we go. We got a horde right here. So, you know, you just need to take it seriously. Highly recommend it. Basically, assume something will come rather than assuming that it's going to be okay, because it's not. Like, look at this. Where'd this guy come from? There is no way he wandered here. There we go. Let's trip him over. Womp.
Makes me want to puke.
Another tip. When you are using the throw that I'm using, sometimes you just want to do a quick throw. Then just like, when you grab somebody, I'll show you real quick. So that's how you just do it. Sometimes you just need to throw them immediately. So what you do is they're coming at you. As you begin to grab them, as you're beginning to grab, just mash the throw button. And you will throw them as quickly as possible in the current direction you're looking. And that's important because, like, remember that certain actions... Let me see if we can intercept them. I'm going for it. Can we do it? I'm going for it. They're going to let me get away with it. Very nice.
I need a break.
Boom. But yeah, remember that when you're in certain animations, the zombies can't do a lot about it. Like, they can't grab you, and if you go through the animations quickly enough, like if you grab into an immediate throw, then that is an opportunity to not get hit by any attacks. Absolutely. Notice that I don't actually use heavy weapons. Like, yeah, I mean, we're using the executions, but notice that I'm not actually swinging it, and that's because, honestly, unless you have a red talon guy, and even if you have a red talon guy does not make heavy weapons good. Red talon guy just makes heavy weapons, like, usable. That's the way I'll describe it. Let's go ahead and upgrade the still, because we are going to be getting off of it very soon. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the workshop. And now I guess we can finally loot this area that I was planning to do. Ah, what you got for me? Swine and bovine? Somebody heard it. Now, he hears me, but he's not alerted to me yet, so I'm just gonna, whoa, boogity boogly, I get the jump scare you instead. How about that, zombie?
Relax a bit.
Zombie's like, those dang humans always jump scaring me. Oh my god, are those like rubber mats? I've seen these rubber mats before. Yeah, the ones with the holes in it, I guess so the liquid will go through. Yep, those good old restaurant rubber mats. I do like how Undead Labs have designed, like, you know, common objects that you would literally see in a, in like a physical location like this. I mean, like, you know, this is a really small kind of restaurant, but, you know, you got your eating area, you've got, like, your counter for, like, placing your order. They got, like, a small storage in the back. They got, like, a little kitchen.
Killing me over here.
Do they, here's the thing, do they have a... I think the only thing they're missing is a cold storage. Because this is the manager's office. This might be kind of a substitute for a cold storage. Yeah, that's the only thing they're really missing is a cold storage. Like, they got like, no, that's not a refrigerator. That looks like a oven. Okay, last thing, it's the soda fountain. Yeah, even look at that on the right there. You've got the pumps for your ketchup and your mustard. Over here, you've got your cup holders, your salt. Like, you telling me I can't take all of this? Like, look at this. I can take all that. There's your napkin dispensers and everything. Okay. Can I build anything else? We've got 2. Yeah, we could do that for... No, we need 3 to get that. Kind of want to get the lounge going. And we also need to get the... Uh-oh, brain fart! We need to get the trade depot going. Because, of course, our base is going to have both a trade depot and a... What? Oh, come on, brain! I need you to work with me! And a lounge. You always want to have a trade depot. And oh, you want to get it too? You want to get it too? You want to get some of this too?
Do not want that feral tackling me.
You want to get some of this? So here we go. Dodge. Into drop kick. Into the stabberoni. Man, I should have removed my HUD. That would what a cool image that would have been. Do it next time if I see him. With perfect lighting too. Like I said, why can't I drop kick with a sledgehammer? It would be so much better. I'm gonna heal while I'm here. Patch myself up. Throw this in the trunk. Oh, we need to refuel. Just noticed it. Not a problem, though. And I guess we can head back or something. I can see they're already crowding. Anyways, we are going to continue building up the Farmland Compound, and, you know, maybe I'll drag it out a little bit longer, because it's kind of sad to see. I really did enjoy this series. It's kind of sad to see it go. I would like to extend an invitation to everyone, though, to join the official Get Good Fox Discord, the Fox Republic. It recently got revamped. We got, like, roles and everything now, so, like, you can express if you're, like, a fan of the network or a fan of the Red Talon, and you will not be joining an empty Discord. You will not be joining a Discord where the content creator, you know, me, is not there. I am very active in my own Discord. Don't be shy. You can absolutely join. I'm in our voice chat, so if you've ever just wanted to say hi, even if you don't want to do a long conversation, you absolutely could just drop by and say hi. We've got discussions there. It is the best place to have your questions answered. If you want to know how to play, if you want to trade with other people, that is the best place to go. And I am planning to start doing community events, and the people who are going to be playing with me on those community events are going to be chosen from those who go the extra distance and are on my Discord, which is now the headquarters, the hub, the beating heart of the Fox Republic. So I hope to see you guys there. If you don't know how to use Discord, you absolutely can send me a private message and I will show you how to use it. It's actually a really awesome service, and I think if you've never used Discord before, I think it will quickly come to supplant other chat services you've used because it's just so good. So I hope to see you there. Anyways, like the video if it was entertaining, subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content, and of course remember that you don't have to be good to get good.